Hey, good morning, guys. I wanted to come on this morning and break down my thoughts, my opinions, my theories, my speculation, little facts, little fiction, but mainly my thoughts only, not to reflect on the channel at all, or not to reflect on little Ruby. She forms her opinion every day, so I don't ask her, she just forms it. But I do want to come on, say trigger warning for 1 million times during this video probably. I want to talk with y'all a little bit about a few things that's to try to better understand y'all and for y'all to better understand me, because I know some people are looking at it like I'm taking sides, and y'all know I don't take sides. And of course this is the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case, and we're working on it. So I wanted to come on while I had a little bit of time while we're searching here in an area. I wanted to come on and take a minute. I can't show anything on the search, sorry guys, I can just talk, but I do want to help y'all to better understand me. I know that it was brought to my attention that I need to do this, and I need to do it so y'all understand me. When I look at any case like this, which is a way different case than most cases that I work, totally different, because most time it's everybody's sad, everybody's emotional. You're running around trying to find answers, trying to find the kid, you're trying to bring him home safely, and kind of like the little Lawson girl this morning, thank God, pray to God, thank God she was home safe with her family. That's amazing, guys. God works in mysterious ways, and I love it. But I did want to come on, trigger warning again before I get started, and these are my thoughts, guys, my thoughts only. I don't judge, I don't take sides. I'm just wanting to explain the way I look at both sides, okay? Get that. This is the way I look at both sides, and I take everything for both sides. So y'all need to understand that right here, I do the things I do the way I do it because this is how I've always done it for 8 years. Y'all know that. I haven't had a channel for that long, just a few weeks, but I have done this for a long time. So I've helped a lot of people, pretty much about 117 people in 8 years, which is not a lot, but it is a lot to me because it's just me and my dogs. So, which Ruby's only been on it for not even 3 years. So the other dogs before, of course, but it's so beautiful and cold. It's so nice. I'm not used to the cold. Sorry to change the subject, but this is what I wanted to do. I want to come on and I want to explain how I feel about the Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers case. I'm just going to start with the father's side. And this is not, I'm just choosing this side to go first with how I'm going to say this, not because I'm taking his side or anything. So please, that one person that jumps in and wants to start drama, I'm not choosing sides. And for another one, I don't make money on this channel. So please don't come in here with drama, please. I don't like drama. God doesn't like drama. So please don't do it. But anyway, back to my thoughts and my theories here on how I do things and why. I look at it as that side. Okay, this is somebody that picked his life up, moved from California to Clarksville to be closer to his son so that he could see him whenever he was allowed to see him, or whenever it was his weekend, or whatever that may be. I don't know exactly how all that works, but I know that he loved him being there and playing video games. And yes, he works. Everybody has to work. I mean, parents have to work. So whether you're old enough to have a babysitter or not, that's not our choice to say. Unless if the state feels that it was something wrong with it, they would have done something. And so that's how I see it. But because God knows that CPS was involved in this child's life a lot. So, I mean, we know that if he would have been doing something wrong by working, and him being home there at the house by himself playing video games and stuff, that they would have shut that down. I mean, they would have. I feel that they would have. I feel like he, from day one, which I never agreed with how he was notified. I think that station should have been called right then and there. He should have been made aware right then and there. And he shouldn't have had to wait for that information. That's his son. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't have had to wait for that information. So I feel like we're gonna take a break. Me and Ruby, sit down. And so I feel like whether y'all form an opinion of he did the right thing or the wrong thing raising his son, that's not our choice to judge. As long as Sebastian was happy when he was there, that's all that matters, guys. We want our kids to be happy every day. Not every kid gets a perfect life. Nowadays, both parents have to work. So it's school and daycare for a lot of people, or just daycare for a lot of little ones. So, I mean, I feel like he was old enough maybe, but I don't really know because I don't understand like how his autism was and how, I mean, I know that he could speak and he could, of course, play chess and play video games. So he was pretty educated, which is wonderful that he went above and beyond the standards of autism and was able to be a smart, big-hearted little man. So, or child, I guess, teenager. But anyway, I look at him from the beginning. Okay, every interview he did, bawling, crying, emotional wreck. Like you could tell he wasn't really eating. He wasn't taking care of his own body, which is what parents do when their children are missing. They freak the hell out. And like I said, trigger warning. And so he's been doing all these candle lightings and these little prayer things and rallies. And, he's made sure that he's tried to keep all the awareness alive. So I do look at that side and say, okay, this is a parent that's grieving. This is a parent that wants his son home. This is a parent that has a big heart, regardless of how y'all feel about some of the mistakes he might have made on social media. We don't know how we would be in that situation. You're talking a single father, we don't know how we would be if all of a sudden this happens to you and then everybody's showing you attention, everybody's showing you love, everybody's showing you support. We don't know what we would do in that situation, so we can't judge him for that. I don't think he's given us any reason to say, oh my God, he was a horrible parent. No, he hasn't done that. And so he's out there searching for the first couple of months, like every day, like walking in the fields, doing search parties, like trying to keep it together. Thank God for his close friends were there with him every day in the beginning. And it's just, it did probably help him a lot having the support system, which he still does have a support system. It's just a little bit different of a support system than he had in the beginning. So it's still a support system, and that's what every parent needs that's searching for a missing child. So I feel like the way he was from the start, of course he had his moments where he got upset at the other side, and that's for him to do, not for us to judge. So we can kind of go with his side there. And then if I switch over, I look at TPS reports. I look at how the teachers and how the school people talked. I look at how it took 8 days to do an interview. I look at the emotion side of it. I look at how they seem so distant in the interviews, so separated, but yet it seems so rehearsed. And I don't know that. This is just my opinions, guys. I'm not judging either side. Like I said, I'm just giving you what I look at both sides and why I'm trying to keep an open mind. The first video was emotional, and that's how it should be. And now we don't know if the videos after that were not emotional because of death threats and things that were being said, trigger warning. Like, we don't know. So we can only speculate, right? And that's why there's a lot of drama. But we can't sit here and say that they're evil people and they're mean. We don't know that for sure. We know just about what little bit of facts that are out there. So, and the neighbors talking and people in the neighborhood or whatever, giving their opinions, right? That's their opinions. So take them with a grain of salt, until we know the truth. But everything just looked like it was rehearsed. And I don't know if that's because they had never been in front of cameras before and they were really freaking nervous and they wanted to make sure that they got everything out there that they could and everything they could think about. I know that the first 3 or 4 interviews, there was a lot of things people were judging, and I know that's, like I said, that's how the speculation started. But they were judging based on how they were in the interviews, but we don't know how we would be for sure. I mean, most parents would be freaking bawling and crying and begging, but they wouldn't be trying to avoid it. And it's just the little things that I look at as far as him going the next day to pick up a camper. That was odd to me, but that's just me. That's my opinion, right? I'm not saying he was bad by doing that. I'm saying maybe he needed to get his camper. Maybe he had stuff in there that he was scared somebody would break in and steal. We don't know. I mean, he could have had a lot of valuables in there. I have no idea. I mean, he's a crane operator, so he makes good money. And so we don't know the cause, the reason behind that. We can speculate what we think, but that's, that's like, again, that's just speculation, and I don't like doing that. But we know that they didn't really get out and search. And I understand a lot of parents in the beginning, if you look at these cases now, they do wait home for the first few days and then they get out. But I know that by the time they did their interview, it was 8 or 9 days in. So that is a big difference. I feel like they all should have been searching together, but that's my opinion. Maybe they don't get along and they didn't want to be around each other. But I mean, you can still go pick different searching areas. It just doesn't look great when you don't search, because then people form opinions, and that's the drama part of it. And then people get upset, and then people get angry, and people get mad, and they're only getting angry because they want the little boy home safely. That's the only reason people get angry. It's not because I'm judging you because of you. No, it's about Sebastian. Everybody gets upset and angry and forms their opinion when people don't look like they care. And I get that, guys. I get y'all, and I look at it from two sides. So I try to see, like I said, were they nervous? Were they scared? Like, where they did not know how to act in front of cameras? Maybe they're planning people. Maybe they like to write everything out first, and that's why it looked rehearsed. Maybe they wrote all this down to make sure they got everything out that they could remember, and we don't know that. And I'm not taking sides, I promise. I'm just telling y'all how I look at it from start to now, and to make me feel how I feel about it. So I do feel that the interviews were a little different after the first one. They were a little odd, but that's just my opinion. I think the way that she always looked to him to make sure she was getting approval for what she was saying, that just shows me something else, as far as maybe there was a lot of problems going on in their marriage that, everybody has problems. Maybe there was some kind of, maybe the CPS reports were, that was filed. Maybe there, maybe he was an angry person and got upset a lot. We don't know that, but we can't say he for sure did it. We don't know if he assaulted Katie all the time or didn't, so we can't say that. But it looked like she may have been not treated like a wife should be treated. I should put it that way. And then again, maybe she's one of these wives that looks to the husband as the leader of the home and wants to get his opinions and his thoughts and make sure she's, doing it the way that he wants her to do it or expects her to do it. Some women are like that. And so it's just part of life, and doesn't make her a weak person. I mean, my God, we know she's not weak. She's in the military, so she's not weak. So maybe that's how she is. Maybe she just felt like he needed to help her, or she looked to him to help her, because maybe that was her way of not breaking down and crying, was, getting him to get his opinion on it to where she was not, be mentally breaking down on the camera. We don't know, but I just feel like they shouldn't have packed up and left unless he was going to go to work, right? Because what was told on the fourth interview, I think it was Nancy Grace. I hope I can say that, but I feel like they said they left for work, but then yet his work was up in the air, so I never really understood that. Now, maybe he was saying that on national TV on the interview, but maybe he knew more. He just didn't come out and say it that way. We don't know. Maybe they told him, hey, we need you in 3 days, and he wanted to get up there and get set up early. We don't know that, but one of them should have stayed at home and waited by the door, sleep in the front yard on a lawn chair, whatever it takes, But, and it kept going with the shoes thing, and then not really knowing whether it was a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, and I understand, maybe he changed in the night before he went to bed. We don't know that. Maybe they didn't know that. I'm trying to understand both sides and look at both sides as nobody's guilty until proven in the court of law. So we can't really form our, oh God, they're guilty, they're not guilty. You know, we can't do that yet. So we have to keep an open mind, or else we'll never get the answers that we need. So I just wanted to come on and kind of explain that part of it. I just feel like they should have been a part of all the things that were put together, the rides, the rallies, the lighting of the bridge, and like they should have been a part of that, but maybe they really just don't get along. I feel like there might be, the way people are judging them is because of those things, and I do understand it. I did watch the Peter Hyatt. If y'all want to watch that, go watch that. That man is like, you know, he's a body language guy, and he breaks down a lot of things, and I did watch it like 3 times, about 3 o'clock this morning. So while I was waiting on my mother, he is very, 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 very smart man, and he forms his, you know, thing based on body language. And so he has a lot of his own opinions on it. But like he said, of course, those are his opinions. So we don't know until we have the facts, or until little Sebastian is brought home safely, or however he's brought home. Pray to God safely so he can go back home. Like, you know, the other little kids that have been found lately get to go back home, one of them, poor baby, wasn't, but the other ones have been. We've been, I think 4 total now have been brought home safe. And so God does answer prayers. We just have to pray. But to my story, I'm trying to explain to y'all is, I don't like the drama or the stuff that goes on. Y'all know that about me. So that's why I really haven't talked a lot about this case. But I did want to come in and explain what I look at on both sides. Then I kind of decide, okay, this is where I need to go, this is where I need to look, like, you know, because now they're saying what, New York, Canada, Alaska. Alaska's been talked about for a while, but, you know, he could be anywhere. It could be the grandparents or something like that. Like, we don't know that, but we know that eventually the truth will come out, and then the law enforcement will make sure that there's justice. So that's not our job to do. We can only help, search. Like, if everybody would stop the drama and get out there and search for a day or 2 days or whatever, that would help. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people in that area. There's a lot of people on this case. Like, you know, if they just get out there and do their part, wow. Just like get out there, even if it's for a half a day, you know, or an hour, or any time. Just get out there and try to search, or build a little team on your own, and get out there and take 4 or 5 people with you. I never say search alone, no. But that way you can have your own opinions, and then yet you can talk about, you know, you form your own opinion better if you're out there searching. So it'll give you more of a freedom in your mind to think about both ways and both sides and try to figure it out, which we might not ever figure it out. Pray to God we do, but we just never know. I mean, look at poor little Summer Wells, trigger warning. It's been, what, 5 years, 6 years? I mean, that's another one that had a lot of drama in it. And it's sad for the little children, because they don't deserve the drama. They deserve to be found and justice to be done, and are brought home safely, and get the truth out that way. But I just wanted to come on and tell y'all that, guys. I hope I didn't start a bunch of drama, because that's not what I want to do. Y'all know me, I hate drama. So I just wanted y'all to understand why I do the things I do, and why I try not to form opinions. I look at you know, everything that's out there, of course, and but I still don't really put a picture fully in my head until justice is done, because we never know. This thing could have so many twists and loops and turns in it, like a roller coaster, that we don't really know. It could be somebody totally different. It could have been, like I said, this little boy packed his little bag and got his stuff together and had planned this for a month, and poof, took off and got in the car and left with somebody. I mean, we don't know. He could have been locked out of the house and got scared and panicked and ran off, and something happened. Somebody picked him up, and we really don't know. We know that there's so many things out there, and we don't know if he was being locked out of that house for a fact. I mean, we know what people are saying, but we can't really say that that's a fact. So we don't know that that was happening. All we know is he was a smart kid. He played chess, he played video games, he always had a smile on his face, big smile on his face, which is amazing. We don't know what he went through in the other things like CPS, and so we don't know what all that entails, and we'll never know that. Only they will know that. And so I think if it was something way more serious in there, then arrest would have been made. But you know what I'm saying on that, guys? That's kind of how I feel about it. If CPS report was that bad, I think that there would have been an arrest made somehow. Or he would have been taken out of the home, like Selma Wells brothers and stuff. There would have been something that would have made them take him out of that home. And so we really don't know. We can speculate, like I said, and we can guess what's in them, but we don't know. And so all I'm asking is everybody keep an open mind. I know y'all have y'all's opinions, and that's wonderful. It's great. I love hearing y'all's opinions because it brings things to light that I don't usually think about. So the way I don't look at cases. So it does help me, you know, with other things when y'all tell me y'all's opinions. And I had somebody yesterday wrote about a page to me about it. And it's great. I like that because then I can go in and see the points. She put everything in little PowerPoint things. It was really nice to see that. And then that way I could understand her opinions. And then I can look at, I mean, I've looked at all these things for so long, but I just don't talk about them because I feel like we can't talk about this in a way of it's going to cause drama or negativity. I mean, I'm a baby channel, so I don't want to cause a bunch of hoopla on the channel. You know, when we did that first video, guys, and we dropped that little video and it got almost 3,000 views, that's a shock because we're so little that it's like there's so many people that do care. And that's why I feel like, okay, guys, all these people that care, let's stop the drama, do your own little investigation, start over, take a new tablet out today and start writing down pros and cons. Go back, watch all the interviews, write down little notes of the interviews. And then do both sides. Do the prophet side, do Seth's side, do the grandparents' side on both sides. Like, do pros and cons on all of them. See what was negative said, what was not negative said. You know, do that for me just today. Like, you know, y'all care about Sebastian just like I do, just like everybody does, and we want him home. So get your little tablet out, start writing your new little list today. And go back and watch some of the things, watch Peter Hyatt, watch some of the interviews, and then form a new opinion for me today, guys. And let's see how much different it is than the opinion you have now. That's kind of what I do. I write notes, I take notes, I watch all the interviews, I watch all the things on, you know, like Peter Hyatt and them, and then I take little notes, I write down certain words, and then I go back and I look, okay, this is how many times this word was used, this is how many times this word was used. So, because words do have meaning. So you can kind of give you a direction of, okay, it's leaning this way, it's leaning that way. And then y'all do that, y'all gonna get where I'm leaning. So y'all work on that today. We're sorry we couldn't show y'all any of this search, but it's for safety reasons, guys. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all every day. Thank y'all for y'all's wonderful comments and y'all's big hearts. And let's keep looking for these voiceless little babies and these missing little kids, and let's bring them all home, okay, guys? And we love y'all. Trigger warning. This is my thoughts, my theories, speculation, little facts, little fiction. So not to reflect on anybody on my channel or Ruby. So y'all guys, we love y'all. Until the next one. Bye.